$47 billion, one man, and a mission to elevate the world's consciousness. In 2019, WeWork was the most valuable startup in America, bigger than SpaceX, bigger than Twitter, bigger than the GDP of Iceland. 12 months later, it was worth less than the empty kombucha bottles left in its offices. This isn't a valuation correction. This is what happens when a real estate company convinces itself it's a tech unicorn, and a CEO convinces himself he's a prophet. Welcome to the Autopsy. This is WeWork. To understand the corpse, you have to meet the man who killed it, or thought he was saving it. Adam Neumann, 6'5", barefoot in most meetings. Charisma that could sell sand to Saudi Arabia, and technically he did, since SoftBank gave him billions. Born in Israel, raised on a kibbutz, failed at multiple startups before finding the winning formula. Don't sell workspace. Sell community. Sell meaning. Sell a movement. The pitch was intoxicating. WeWork wasn't office rental. It was the future of work. It was physical social networks. It was a lifestyle brand with lease agreements, and the numbers were staggering. 2010, 1 location in Manhattan. 2014, 23 cities. 2019, 528 locations in 111 cities. 10,000 employees. 500,000 members. Neumann didn't build a company. He built a cosmology. We live, we grow, we whatever he could trademark. He literally tried to trademark the word we and charged his own company $5.9 million for the rights. The board included J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Harvard's endowment. Benchmark Capital wrote the first check and watched it multiply on paper. SoftBank's Masayoshi Son, fresh from backing Alibaba, saw Neumann preach for 12 minutes and handed him $4.4 billion, the largest single investment in a private company in history. The body looked invincible. The cancer was already metastasizing, because Adam Neumann wasn't running a business. He was running a manifestation journal with $47 billion of other people's money. Let's open the financial chest cavity. WeWork's disease wasn't hidden. It was in every SEC filing, every investor deck, every all-hands meeting that employees secretly recorded. The company was a Ponzi scheme wearing Patagonia vests. Here's the autopsy of the unit economics. First, WeWork signed 15-year leases with landlords, then subleased to freelancers on month-to-month contracts. When the economy hiccuped, members left. WeWork stayed. In 2018 alone, they had $47 billion in future lease obligations and no way to cover them. Second, the burn rate. Neumann spent money like he was printing it because SoftBank was. $118 million on a private jet. $60 million on Gulfstream G650 time. $10 million for the trademark to We. An elementary school called We Grow, where tuition was $42,000, and Neumann's wife Rebecca decided admission based on good energy. Third, the self-dealing. Neumann bought buildings personally, then leased them to WeWork. He bought the rights to We, sold them to his own company, then tried to buy them back when the IPO collapsed. At one point, he borrowed $362 million from his own company at 1% interest to buy stock options. Fourth, the culture of chaos. Neumann announced plans to live forever, to become the world's first trillionaire, to solve world hunger with WeWork. Employees were members of a family until they weren't. Layoffs came in waves, often announced at all-hands meetings where tequila shots followed the bad news. The tech myth was the metastasis. WeWork claimed it was a technology company to justify tech valuations. They said their space-as-a-service platform used algorithms and data. The reality? They were a landlord with an app. The proprietary technology was Salesforce and an Excel spreadsheet. SoftBank knew. In 2018, they hired an analyst to dig into WeWork's numbers. The report came back. This is a real estate company masquerading as tech, and the CEO is unstable. Masayoshi Son buried the report and invested another $2 billion because Son wasn't buying a company. He was buying a vision of the future. And Adam Neumann sold visions better than anyone in history. The disease was delusion, contagious, expensive, and fatal. The bleeding started with the S1, the IPO filing, August 14, 2019. Until this moment, WeWork was a private fantasy. The S1 forced it into public reality, and the autopsy was immediate. Page after page of red flags. Neumann's self-dealing. The community-adjusted EBITDA, a fake metric that excluded basic costs like marketing and rent. The revelation that WeWork had lost $1.9 billion in 2018 alone. That every dollar of revenue cost them $2 to generate. The media pounced. The Wall Street Journal published Neumann's party plane habits. Bloomberg calculated he had cashed out $700 million while telling employees, "We're all in this together." Harvard Business Review called the S1 a masterpiece of obfuscation. The board panicked. They had planned a $47 billion IPO. Within weeks, the valuation collapsed to $10 billion, then $8 billion. Investors pulled out. The roadshow was canceled. Then the incisions multiplied. Neumann was caught smoking marijuana on a private jet to Israel during a company crisis. He was filmed pouring $100 million of champagne at a summer camp festival while the company burned. Employees revolted on Blind and Glassdoor. SoftBank intervened. September 22, 2019. Neumann was removed as CEO. The golden parachute was $1.7 billion, money to leave his own company. The employees who built it got nothing. Stock options worth pennies. The IPO was dead. WeWork's valuation hit $8 billion, then $5 billion. By 2020, SoftBank had written down $16.6 billion, the largest loss in venture capital history. The body was still breathing, but the soul had flatlined. If I make the Y incision, the definitive cut that reveals cause of death, I point to January 2019. The SoftBank investment, $4.4 billion in the Vision Fund. The moment Masayoshi Son looked at Adam Neumann's actual numbers, saw the self-dealing, saw the lease obligations, saw the impossibility, and wrote the check anyway, that was the kill shot. Not because it doomed WeWork, because it validated the delusion. It told Neumann he was right, that the rules didn't apply, that reality was negotiable. The autopsy proves the subject was dead the moment SoftBank decided FOMO was a strategy. Everything after, the S1, the collapse, the $1.7 billion payout, was just the nervous system firing in a corpse. Neumann tried to stage a comeback. He bought stakes in crypto, in climate tech, in residential real estate. He started a new company, Flow, and Andreessen Horowitz gave him $350 million, the largest single check in their history. Because Silicon Valley doesn't learn, it forgives. As long as you can sell the next vision. WeWork went public in 2021 through a SPAC. Not at $47 billion, at $9 billion. By 2023, the stock traded below $1. Bankruptcy followed. The community moved to Zoom. The leases went to Blackstone. The autopsy is complete. The cause of death, reality poisoning, complicated by acute hubris. The lesson of WeWork isn't don't trust charismatic founders. It's simpler. Unit economics don't care about your mission. Burn rate doesn't care about your consciousness. And lease obligations don't care if you're changing the world. Neumann believed his own mythology. SoftBank believed the mythology of endless capital. Both forgot that every business eventually settles to its fundamental value. WeWork was a landlord. It was worth landlord multiples. The $40 billion premium was the price of collective delusion. In business, when someone tells you they're elevating consciousness, check the EBITDA. The numbers always tell the truth. Eventually. This was the profit autopsy. Next case, FTX.